Yeah, I think I missed a shot. I think I missed that one right over there. That's why I do this. We're going to do this brutally and realistically because I'm not in the practice of sugarcoating anything. I built these target stands with the idea of having these targets fall should I choose to do so. So that is what we're going to do now. Okay. I want you to watch my stance as I do this. We are, well, here, let me show you. This right here is the distance at which most gunfights occur. If I were to hold my hand out and he were to hold his hand out and our fingers touched, that is roughly the distance at which most gunfights occur, which is here. So, what is this? 2 yards? 2 yards, okay? 6-ish feet. And what this is, if the bad guy's gotten here, you are so screwed. You're in trouble if you let this guy get this close. Preferably, I'd prefer to have more like 10 yards between me and this guy, but this is what we're working with. So if I'm here and I've now been forced to go to a gun, whether I go immediately to the gun and start shooting, or whether I get the gun and I stop, look at the position I'm already in. If I understand combatives, I'm not talking about square range shooting, I'm talking about combatives. The moment that I have to go from the ready position, from the ready position, which is, hey, that's close enough, to here, I've already muzzled him. I've already committed to this fight because he's way too stinking close. So now if I have to shoot, I'm here. Look at the position I'm in. Well, let me just finish it. Okay, if I'm in a position with this guy where I've allowed him to get in too close because he's either caught me off guard and I've suddenly spun around and he's right there. Yeah, there's no polite way to do this. I'm gonna go at it straight. If I'm in a position where this guy's gotten the drop on me and I rotate and he's right there and I have to immediately go to my gun and I have to immediately begin shooting, basically extend or even from a contracted position, which I don't want to do because I'm sick and tired of shooting my 2x4s. But if I have to start shooting this guy from right here, I'm in a position where I've already been put in a very compressed shooting stance. If I have to start shooting, it basically goes. Now the reason I rotated to the left is I was already turned in that general direction. Typically speaking, you would want to rotate this way, but the camera's over here for you guys. So anyways, if I have to shoot, if I'm forced to shoot this guy, was I here or was I here? Was I here? And there are people, the person that was on this video, man, I don't want to do this because every time I do this, I get punched in the nose in the comment section. It just gets so stupid so fast. There is game theory and there's defensive combatives shooting, which is a merging of martial arts and handguns. This situation calls for combatives shooting. And there's no way in the world, if you have even a modicum of understanding of self-defense, that you would ever begin your fight like this and then go and shoot from here, which is across the board how shooting is taught in the game theory, IPSC, IDPA, Red Dot, High Speed, Shooty Kid, Ninja People shooting. They do a lot of shooting like this. Look at the position of my arms. They do a lot of shooting like this. Guys, I've trained with people who hold Grandmaster ratings, so I understand the theory. I've done it. I've trained in it. I used to shoot IPSC years ago, okay? Back before the world even changed, I used to shoot IPSC. Pre-9/11 is what I'm getting at. I understand the theory. I get it. I've done it. But when I got into combative shooting, oh, that made so much more sense to me. Because now I was already in a position where right here, if it's already on, I'm in a position where if there's a bad guy right in front of me, I can already start hitting him from here. Because remember, sometimes this is all you've got. I'd prefer to be here. But sometimes all I've got is this, or this, or this to start shooting somebody, or even this. Which this will light your hair on fire if you have to start cooking off rounds at a bad guy from here, because you have that slide reciprocating past your own arm. I've got it canted just enough that the front side is probably not going to hit me, but it might. So I am going to draw blood on myself, but this is what I do when they're already on me and I have no other option. That I'm trying to create a barrier so they can't easily get their hand on the gun and I have to start shooting and defending. I've done all this stuff, guys. The problem that I consistently see is every couple of months, some other person whose first name is Former jumps out there and starts putting out content and training classes, and everyone goes, and they run over there, and they run over there. And my former Special Forces operator friends, who, look, I'd love to say names, but the second you start naming names, people start backpedaling. Because people don't like having to hold their hand up and go, he's right, he's right. I don't give a rat's ass. I am not in this industry to make friends, and I'm not in this industry to put frosting on people. Okay? I'm in this industry to tell you guys truth. If you don't like what I'm saying, then go somewhere else. I urge you, before you get in the comment section, look at my training resume. 83 classes and counting, and none of that stuff is counted. None of what I'm counting is the garbage that I received as a police officer. My life and time as a cop is irrelevant to what I know. For all intents and purposes, I'm nothing but a plain Jane citizen, which is why this is called Tier 1 citizen. Because the sharpest men and women that I've ever trained with, the Tier 1 citizens, are the moms and dads, the attorneys, the plumbers, the welders. Pete, you know who you are. The people, the audiologist, my friend Bob, who made these for me. The audiologists, the nurses, the doctors, the attorneys, the people that I've trained with are so freaking squared away that put their heart and soul into learning as much as they can. Those are the Tier 1 citizens. And these are the people that understand that you do not fight with a gun like this. This is a surefire way, no pun intended, this is a surefire way to catch a round. I'm standing straight up. I'm giving them all 6'4" of me. But if I do this, I've dramatically reduced my position. Imagine that you're in a convenience store and that rack that's about that tall with all the chips and candy and stuff, right? So imagine that some turd comes in and starts waving a gun around and you immediately go like this, because that is how you've trained to begin your fight. In a second he starts waving a gun, you go, hey man, I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat to you. Look at the position I'm now ready for, the position I'm in. I'm now ready for a fight. But if my response, if my gunfighting response begins with this, the second my hands go from here to here, this guy's going to think I'm going for a gun. He's going to shoot me. And all I did, because of the world that I've trained myself in, I've placed my hands on my cover garment because I'm ready. Because I'm ready to shoot. No, you just killed yourself. The beep is a shot from the bad guy. I didn't give that much time up, but I'm in a much better position here than I am here. One more time, because the second I go from here, which is where I began when he waved his gun at me, to mentally, by default, shut up, to mentally, by default, going to where I go for training because this is my world, and my hands go here, I'm going to be shot at because he's going to assume that I'm going for a weapon, not getting ready to go for a weapon. That's all I'm saying. If you disagree with what I'm saying, I don't care! So, guys, I know it's a lot to take in. I know that I slay sacred cows on this channel on a regular basis. I have the freedom to do so. The taking of human life should never be taken lightly. if I have to be put in a position where I have to take human life, I want to be prepared for it. And that means that I have to think about everything leading up to, and everything within that time frame, and everything after the fact. And I need to make sure that I've done everything I can to be able to actually make it past the after the fact portion of things. In square range tactics, the second, I was watching this video this morning while making slings, the second that that guy got to that portion of things, I was like, moving on, and I picked up my phone and I swept to the next video. I have zero interest in listening to a person who teaches square range theory as reality. Look at it from a logical standpoint. What makes more sense? This or this? To be able to, when you're shooting your gun, people call this the tactical turtle because I've brought my head to the gun. Dude, I haven't brought my head to the gun. I've taken my head as low as I can get it out of the fight. People want you to go, they want you to do this. They literally want you to do this. That's what this is about. There are techniques where you go pop, 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 pop. That's what they want. But these are the same people who run like this with guns. That's what that's about. That's what that world is about. That's crap. I'll stop now. I can hear the comment section already. As always, I thank you guys for supporting me at tier1citizen.com. As always, thank you for watching this video. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one. I am offending everybody.